Greg Draper, we always start by looking back. Sometimes it's good to do so, other times maybe not. What are your thoughts as you still think about the late goal that Swansea City scored on Sunday to beat the New Saints?
Yeah, it's obviously obviously very disappointing at the time. You think you're getting a point against what I must say was a very very good Swansea team, a team that was miles ahead of where they were last season. So yeah, they showed that for the majority of the match on Sunday. They were they dominated a lot of the ball, a lot of possession, but we defended really well, and based on how well we defended and how disciplined we were, we probably deserved a point. So yeah, it was obviously gutting to concede that late one. The girls definitely didn't deserve to come away from the game with nothing. But that's football. That's the way it goes. Especially when you're playing these top teams, you've got to be switched on for 97 minutes. And obviously it's just two lapses in concentration cost us two goals, and that was the difference on the day. So it's very fine margins, like I mentioned after the match. But like I say, it just shows how far we've come. That again, we're hanging in there with these teams at the moment. But again, sooner or later we've got to start taking 3 points. We played the three top teams from last season now. Two of them away, one of them at home, and we've only taken 1 point from those three games. So obviously, if you look at that, then that's nowhere near good enough for where we want to be going.
But even in the midst of the disappointments and the frustrations from Sunday, you've still pulled out some positives there. Are you able to then build on those as you look ahead to Wrexham women this coming Sunday?
Yeah, there's plenty of positives. In all the games that we've played this season, there's been plenty of positives. Against those top three teams, plenty of positives as well. So now we shouldn't let it dent our confidence. We should be going into that Wrexham game fully confident to get 3 points. It's obviously a massive game, one we're looking forward to. So yeah, it's just a case of we got to put Sunday behind us now and disappointment, have a good week of training, and just make sure we're fully prepared for Sunday.
We have played Wrexham twice in recent seasons in cup competitions. It's one each as far as that's concerned. But how much of a bearing will those games have on Sunday's encounter?
Yeah, I don't think any previous games have much of a bearing really. It's it's a massive game. There's going to obviously be a lot of emotion in it. With there's no doubt going to be a very big crowd there. So obviously the girls should be very excited by that occasion. So I think previous results go out the window. It's all going to come down to the day who's prepared best, who performs best on the day, who does their jobs best, and and the result I'm sure will go to whoever deserves it and who does those things.
Wrexham got promoted last season, of course, their first season in the top flight. Are you surprised by how well they're doing so far?
I wouldn't say surprised. It's obviously, they're riding a bit of a wave at the moment. They're obviously on a high from, like say, from getting promoted, obviously with everything else that's going on at the club. So I wouldn't say I'm surprised. They've already shown that they're worthy of being in this league. So yeah, we're under no illusions. It's going to be a very tough game. And we definitely can't take them lightly and can't think, oh yeah, we're playing a team who's just been promoted and we should be just turning up there and beating them. Luckily they've already picked up some good results, and that'll make sure that we're definitely not in that frame of mind.
And when you look ahead to the game, as far as preparations are concerned, how much of a balance is there in terms of, first of all, just thinking about the New Saints and what you intend to do, but then also taking into account what Wrexham will bring to the table?
Yeah, I think first and foremost we just got to worry about ourselves, and that's got to be the mindset in most games. I think I look back and probably reflect on the Cardiff City game away a few weeks ago, and we probably just paid them a little bit too much respect rather than just concentrating on ourselves. Swansea at the weekend, I think first and foremost we just wanted to concentrate on ourselves. Obviously we were fully aware of certain players that they've got there, but yeah, I think we go into any game now. It's first and foremost do your own jobs, do your own jobs really well, and then you can start worrying about everyone else. But until you're doing your own jobs properly, then just keep concentrating on yourself, and then the rest will take care of itself.
And as we look ahead to the game, there are still a number of days between now and Sunday. Do you have the bulk of the starting 11 in place, or are you still open to persuasion by what you see on the training pitch this week?
I think we're probably 90% of the way there. We know what we want to go with. I think a couple of little niggles here and there that we need to have a look at as well. So that could have a bearing on the team selection. So obviously know more once we've got all the training sessions out of the way. But yeah, you know, we know what we're good at, we know what we're strong at, and that's all that we're worried about really. So yeah, if we can turn up and do our own jobs really well, then you know, fully confident we can get 3 points.
And how important are the training sessions, Greg, in terms of the contact with the girls, communicating what you want them to do in the upcoming games?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's just important that the girls are getting as much contact time as possible. You know, obviously during the season, it's you know, the girls are getting fitter and stronger and sharper every week. So it's you know, training's probably not as important during the session. It's more a case of during the season. Sorry, it's more a case of making sure that the bodies are looked after. And you know, if girls do need a rest in training sessions and have training sessions off, then you know, we obviously assess that and make a decision on the day once you've spoken to James and all that, and obviously worked out what's best. So yeah, obviously during the season, you know, it's just a case of the training sessions to keep the girls ticking over, you know, sharpen up on a few little things between games. But yeah, obviously during the season, the games are the bread and butter. And training sessions are there just to, yeah, keep the girls ticking over really.